Hi there. These comments are for AZ. I'm just using your initials, AZG, if you want to say all of them. But you completed the free TOEFL speaking practice test evaluation service I have over at onlinetoeflcourse.com. And I am Michael Buckhoff. So let's take a look at your email here. You say, please listen to, evaluate, and score my speaking practice test, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me know which areas I need to improve on in order to score higher on the TOEFL speaking section. I need 24. I took the TOEFL last month. I got 23. And that is called TOEFL hell right there. That is exactly it. But you know what? It looks like you're trying to get out of TOEFL hell right now by doing this free evaluation. So I think this is a good strategy for you. So how about this? Let me listen to your practice test 2 times. The first time I'm going to get a general sense of your delivery, your language use, and then your topic development. And then I'm going to kind of see, is there anything in there, what's going on in any of those areas that might be bringing your score down slightly, and that's what I want to bring to light in this video as I discuss this with you. Now remember that I have some really good TOEFL services to help you. There's no reason for you to have to retake the TOEFL over and over and over. I can help you. So underneath my name in this email, I want you to look at the links. Check them out. Depending on your budget, I think I have a service that will be helpful for you. I have TOEFL private lessons. I have a TOEFL speaking writing feedback service, and I even have online TOEFL courses. Okay, let's see how you did with this. So I think that you're focusing on, in your opinion, what's better, studying alone or studying in a group. So let's hear the whole thing with no interruptions, and then I will listen to it again after that. Then I can talk to you a little bit about any problems you might be having. I just saw somebody running outside my house. It's over 100 degrees here. My goodness. Okay, let's see what we got.
I definitely think that it's better to study in a group. I feel this way for 2 reasons. First of all, if you study with other people, you have the opportunity to share your ideas and your knowledge. And at the end, this will benefit all the group. For example, when I was in the university, I always get together to study with my classmates. That allows us to share the knowledge that individually one of us have. On top of that, if I study with more people, I feel motivated. On the contrary, if I study a lot, sometimes I feel sleepy or I don't have the same interest that if it was with a group. I definitely think that is...
Yeah, grammar, and more grammar problems. My goodness. You got a lot of trouble with your grammar, and that's not going to be easy to fix. Let's look at it under language use. It says, your response demonstrates imprecise or incorrect use of vocabulary or grammar structures, or you're limited in the range of structures used, and you have a tendency to use basic grammar. So I think the biggest problem here is your verbs. I mean, if you move into the past, you need past tense verbs there to help explain those ideas, or we're going to get mixed up with what you're trying to say. Okay, so let's listen to it one more time, and I'm going to point out some of these inconsistencies with your grammar or your language use.
Better to study in a group. I feel this way for 2 reasons.
That's your first mistake. I feel this way for 2 reasons. You know what? The IBT human raters have heard that sentence 1,000,000 times. 1,000,000 times. I feel this way for 2 reasons. You sound like every other practice test that they've listened to for that whole week. I'm not kidding you. I've graded on my own about 30,000 speaking practice tests. I cannot tell you how many times I have heard that sentence. Stop memorizing sentences. Start using more natural, spontaneous English. Use your own grammar, your own vocabulary, your own sentence structure. Don't memorize any sentences from any website on the internet. Don't memorize anything from TOEFL resources, TOEFLresource.com. Don't memorize anything from Magoosh or from Noteful or from any other website. Best My Test, you name it. Don't memorize any of their sentences. Yes, they have all these templates that are going to solve your problems, but they don't really help you. So don't memorize sentences. Okay, let's keep going.
First of all, if you study with
This is the second problem. You got, first of all, if you. Who is you? No, you need to use your personal experience. So if I blah, 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 then I will blah, blah, blah. So don't use the second person singular point of view. You need to focus on either the first or the third person points of view. Right? If you have more questions about that, go to Google, type in the keywords TOEFL speaking and writing points of view. And that'll take you over to my website at Better TOEFL Scores and go through that lesson. Master that lesson. What you want to learn here, no more you. Don't use you on the independent speaking or independent writing tasks. You want to eliminate that point of view.
other people, you have the opportunity to share your ideas and your knowledge. And at the end, this will benefit all the group. For example, when I was in the university,
Okay, when I was in the university, notice how you said was.
I always get together
I always get. No, I always got. So that's your first verb tense error.
to study with my classmates. That allows us to share the
That allowed us to share. That's your second verb tense error.
knowledge that individually one of us have.
That individually one of us had. But the whole way that you said that sentence is not very natural. So that's not what we call idiomaticity of language use. When you're speaking, you're using a lot of unnatural type grammar structures.
On top of that, if I study with more
I think on top of that is a little bit too informal for speaking. How about just say furthermore or in addition or moreover maybe?
people, I feel motivated.
See, that's better. I feel motivated. So the fact that you went from the you to the I to the they, you have what's called point of view shifts. You're shifting around a lot in your point of view, and guess what? That hurts the organization of your response. So you're not going to get a good mark on the topic development part of the rubric because your speech is not sticking together like it needs to. So you have verb tense inconsistencies, point of view inconsistencies. Both of these things are creating chaos in your speaking.
On the contrary, if I study a lot, sometimes I feel sleepy or
And why even bring that up? I mean, you're at 40 seconds and you're bringing up some new points, and there's no way you can support these with specific supporting detail. So don't bring them up. Why not just talk about why you enjoy studying in a group? Give maybe 2 reasons. In the very beginning, you could say studying in a group helps me to concentrate better on my studies and I can get higher scores. Then say, first of all, group study is more beneficial because I can concentrate better. Blah, 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 blah. Second of all, group study is also important because I can score higher on my tests using this method of study. Then you support that through a specific example, right? So I think on this one, you told me to let you know what kinds of problems you're having here. I think that you have a lot of problems with language use, particularly grammar. You have a lot of shifts in both point of view and verb tense, and that's hurting your speaking score. If you fix those things, that's going to give you that extra point you need to pass the TOEFL speaking section, right? Now, I think with delivery, you have a pretty good pronunciation. I mean, there's a few minor problems in there, but nothing major with that. So I think you're doing well in that area. So solve the language use issues. And that will also help you with your topic development. Okay, and that's why I gave you the score that I did. So now you know. Now you know exactly why you're not scoring 24.